Mercedes and sports cars is a very interesting topic. Today we want to have a closer look at the latest Mercedes-AMG GT and what it has become. Let's start in 2003 when Mercedes started selling the SLR, a super sports car Mercedes developed together with McLaren and a car that was produced in Woking at McLaren. That was an all-carbon supercar with 2 seats, but compared to the competition of Carrera GT and Ferrari Enzo, the Mercedes was too heavy, too expensive to produce, and with its 5-speed automatic gearbox not really properly equipped. In contrast to the competition, who quickly doubled in value, the SLR quickly lost half of its price. The cooperation with McLaren stopped, McLaren started developing their own road cars, and Mercedes was looking for a new partner. AMG was an engine manufacturer and the internal tuning department of Mercedes. They were supplying the engine for the SLR, but AMG was not a car manufacturer. That changed with the next project, the SLS. Mercedes wanted to recreate an iconic sports car, but at a much lower cost than the SLR, and they chose AMG to design the car. For more information on the historical background of AMG, check out my other video below. The most iconic Mercedes sports car until today is the 300 SL. Originally designed as a race car with a tube frame, it needed gull-wing doors because the sides of the frame were too high for normal doors. The 300 SL developed into the Mercedes SL and over generations became more a comfortable cruiser. So now Mercedes wanted to go back to the roots and AMG started to design a 2-seater sports car with front engine and, very important, gull-wing doors. Only now there was no technical need for them, they just wanted to have them. So the SLS was presented in 2009. At the time the SL was 200 to 300 kilogram heavier, had a double wishbone front suspension and multi-link rear suspension, ABC active suspension, hence was a pretty comfortable car, and the SL started at €80,000. The SLS, on the other hand, had a transaxle concept, so engine pretty far back but still in front of the cabin, and the gearbox at the rear axle. It had double wishbone suspension all around and, in contrast to the SL, only one engine. The SLS had a torque tube which housed a carbon prop shaft which weighed only 4 kilograms. AMG produced the engine again, but didn't have the capacities to build the car. So the body was built by Magna Steyr in Austria. Mercedes assembled the car in Sindelfingen. The SLS had the same engine as the SL63, but 50 horsepower more, also because of an optimized straighter intake system. So the SL63 AMG needed 4.6 seconds to 100 km per hour. The SLS with the same engine did that 1 second faster. It was produced from 2010 to 2014 and started at €180,000. The next SL generation basically used the same concept as the old model and started now at €98,000. So it was still a comfortable Gran Turismo which was substantially cheaper than the SLS. In 2014, the next generation of the SLS came out, now called AMG GT. The expensive gull-wing doors were gone and they changed to a smaller V8 turbo engine. The transaxle concept stayed the same, also the weight roughly stayed the same at 1,600 kilograms. Again, AMG developed the car but didn't produce it themselves. This time ThyssenKrupp produced the body for them and the assembly happened in Sindelfingen at Mercedes again. So having 2 products that are this close to each other isn't really good for a manufacturer. You steal your own customers internally and both cars have lower production numbers. So now Mercedes combines both cars and starts with a clean sheet of paper. AMG develops this new car. The closed version is called the Mercedes-AMG GT. The convertible is the Mercedes-AMG SL. But the requirements on this project now are very different. The successor of the Mercedes SL, the SLS and the AMG GT needs to be a 4-seater. Must use the E-Class platform, provide a variety of engines, so not only one engine anymore, and it needs all-wheel drive. Because of that, the transaxle concept is history. The engine sits a lot further forward now to make space for the gearbox, and the convertible has a soft top, which is shorter, to allow for enough space for the rear seats. And the car is now produced by the Mercedes factory in Bremen. so a proper manufacturer production and no longer a supplier solution. So what we have today is a 200 kilogram heavier Mercedes SL, which starts with a 4-cylinder engine at 127,000 euro. If you want the V8, you pay at least 166,000 euro. And because of the all-wheel drive, this one is even heavier. And the new AMG GT didn't just lose its proportions, it also gained more than 300 kilogram compared to the previous generation, to now 1,970 kilogram in its lightest version, and costs 188,000 euro. So the project that started as a new level development task for AMG and resulted in a decent sports car has now become a 2-ton, 4-seater car effectively based on an E-Class with the same prices of the previous supercars. So what do you think about this development? Are you a fan of the SLS or the previous GT? Let me know in the comments below and see you at the next video.